This video here is going to feed a little bit off of the cheat meal. What we're going to work through is the idea of juggling a bad meal or a cheat meal with still trying to maintain a calorie deficit. Let's say it's the weekend, your friends and family are headed out to eat, and all they have on the menu is bad choices. You got a Caesar salad, and you had a fried chicken and maybe a side of vegetables. You kind of did the best you can, but you know that you're well over your calorie intake for that specific meal. Remember, we're eating 5 meals a day, and they're small portions, so one meal like that can really put us over the top. So what can we do to juggle? We got to learn that the next day, or even later on in the evening, we can even out these calorie intakes to still maintain weight loss. So let's say that we use this meal. We know we're over, and now the next day I know that I need to do a little more exercise, or I need to cut back a little bit to even out the calorie deficit for the week. That's how you should really take a look at it. You should really think in terms of a week. If you can cut out 3,500 calories, that's a pound of body fat. So when we're eating throughout the week, if you have a bad meal, okay, now we need to equal that out for the rest of the week with either more exercise or a little less calorie intake. Now, how can we achieve this calorie intake? We still want to maintain the 5 meals per day because that keeps our metabolism rocking and rolling, all right? So it's not by skipping meals, okay? The key to this is to cut back into things that are high in calories but literal nutritional value to ourselves, okay? So cut back in your fats. Cut back in some of your carbs. Maybe go 2 nights in a row with a low carb dinner instead of just the one. Cut out your peanut butters for the next couple of days because those oftentimes are going to rack up the calories fast and it's not going to give us near as much value. Now I know there's a lot of healthy fats in peanut butter and nuts and different things, but fats are the easiest way to cut out the most amount of calories, and in 60 days we want to lose the most amount of weight. I'll make a video later that'll move into fats and good fats and bad fats that can help you be healthy for the long term. But again, in 60 days, fats is one of the easiest ways that we can drop some pounds. Now let's take a look at the scenario and the course of action of how you can actually equal out all these calories. So let's say we come up to the meal, we overeat and we ate about 2,600 calories. Now, for instance, we'll just go with an 1,800 calorie deficit. That's say your goal. Your goal is to eat 1,800 calories each day, and that's your calorie deficit, all right? Now the meal was 2,600, so we know we're over. Now if we're talking about juggling and equaling out this calorie deficit thing, then we need to think in terms of exercise, and we need to think in terms of calorie intake for the next couple days. So when we look at exercise, just take running a mile for example. If you run a mile at a good pace, you're gonna burn between 100 and 130 calories. Now remember, if your calorie deficit goal is 1,800 calories and you overate to get to 2,600 calories that day, well, then running that mile is actually going to need to be more like 5 to 6 to 7 miles to make up the difference. That's one way to do it. Getting in a lot of exercise to juggle, to even it out. Now, if we want to look at nutrition to equal out that overeating spot, well, all you need to do is think of in terms of 1,800 calories a day as your normal calorie deficit goal. Well, if you move that calories down to 1,600 or 1,500 calories a day for a couple days, you're also going to be able to even this out. The key in this whole concept is not skipping a meal to make up for a bad meal. You're trying to make your body a fat-burning machine by continually eating small portion sizes. So if you're eating your 5 meals a day and they're all smaller portion sizes, your body is going to keep burning and burning and burning. You're telling it you're going to continue to get fed, no need to store any fat, just keep burning. So as soon as your small portion gets digested, then it's going to move on to your fat because it knows it's going to get another meal shortly thereafter and it doesn't need to slow down its metabolism. So always, always, always just cut back a little bit each day and don't skip a meal. The juggling concept is a great way to keep your body guessing but also staying on track to lose weight. Never cut your calories below 1,200 because it can actually slow down your metabolism. Stay on track, stick to the 5 meals a day, and continue eating so that you change your body into this fat-burning machine. No matter what, you gotta stay focused and you gotta work for these 60 days. It's easy if you let it be easy. If you tell yourself it's hard, then it's going to be hard. So think positive and stay on track.